This morning on Today's Health, the worst places for your health, from stashing your shoes to picking a seat on an airplane, how you organize your environment can have unexpected impacts on your personal well-being. Well, Courtney Smith, who's the executive editor of Prevention Magazine, is here with alternatives to some of the most unhealthy spaces. Courtney, good morning.
Good morning.
I feel like we should have a warning sign for this segment, because for anybody who is germ phobic, this is going to skeeve them out, right?
It might gross you out a little bit, but there are little fixes that are easy.
Okay, for example, you say the bathroom is actually not the best place for your toothpaste and your toothbrush, more specifically. And why is that, Courtney?
It's specifically your bathroom sink, and it's because the bathroom sink is so close to the toilet, and your toilet bowl has 3.2 million microbes per square inch, and when you flush, they propel up to 6 feet, which means they're getting all over your bathroom sink and, yes, all over your toothbrush.
Oh, goodness.
So what you can do is actually keep your toothbrush behind closed doors. Put it in the medicine cabinet or a cupboard in your bathroom. Takes just an extra second.
People will be surprised. I think I'm going to quickly move off of that one into the next one. People will be surprised that you would say that your closet is not the best place for your shoes.
It is not, and that's because when you walk from your front door to the closet in your bedroom, you are tracking allergens, pollen, contaminants, and lawn chemicals through your home, and studies show they can linger for up to a week. So if you want a less toxic option, just take your shoes off right away as soon as you get in and store them under a bench in the entryway. Or at the very least, if you keep them in the bedroom closet, carry them there. Don't wear them there.
You just mentioned the toothbrush is good to put into the medicine cabinet, but you actually don't think we should keep our medicines in the medicine cabinet.
Isn't that the biggest irony? It's not. The medicine cabinet is not the best place for your medicine, and that is because your bathroom, when you take a shower, will heat to up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, but many medications should not be stored above 77 degrees Fahrenheit. They will lose potency over time.
If you get airsick, if you are inclined in that way, you say there are some places on the plane that are better to sit than others. Okay, lay it out for us.
Okay, if you get motion sickness, avoid the rear of the plane. And that's because the plane acts like a seesaw. It's most stable over the wings. Because the tail is longer than the front, you'll get the most up and down action in the back. So you want to sit over the wings where it's more stable if you're prone to air sickness.
If you actually like a joyride, then you can sit in the back. So there you go. Okay, now what about leftovers? Things we know when we've eaten some food and we want to put some and want to save it for tomorrow, we normally just wrap it up, put it in the refrigerator.
But that is a mistake if the food is hot and if it's a large portion, because it will take a long time for the center of the food to cool down, and that leaves it warm for bacteria to grow and increases your risk of food poisoning. So the bottom line is you can safely let leftovers cool on your counter for up to 1 hour after cooking. Or you can take large portions, dole them out into smaller containers, put the smaller containers in the refrigerator. They will cool down faster.
Okay, now we're going to sort of increase probably the gross factor here, because we're going to talk about where we put our purses. Okay, the mind reels. What will you say is the worst place where we can put our purses?
Do not put it on the kitchen counter where you prepare food. And that is because, think about it, we put our purses on the floor of the public restroom, under a restaurant table, and swabs have found they have 10,000 bacteria per square inch, and 1/3 of purses test positive for fecal matter. It's disgusting. So just put it anywhere where you don't prepare
It's getting to TMI. but bottom line is that we shouldn't probably put our purses on obviously the bathroom floors and in other. We have to sort of be very careful where we put them then.
Yes. Although sometimes, you don't have any other options. So at home, you can put them in a drawer, on the floor of your closet, in a chair. Just keep it away from where food is.
The worst place to use a public bathroom?
Well, the middle stall is the one that has the most bacteria and germs. The end stall is the one furthest to the right and furthest to the left. Those have the least bacteria and germs. So just to protect yourself and to avoid the ick factor, use the ones on the end.
Okay, and the worst place to put your headphones?
We listen to music during our commute on subways, trains, and airplanes. It's the worst place because they're loud, and we will turn up the volume to over 89 decibels. That's what risks our long-term hearing. So invest in noise cancellation headphones if you listen in these environments. That will block out the background noise and lessen the likelihood you'll turn it up too high.
We're not even going to bring up our phones and our BlackBerries because where we put them and how we use them. But I guess getting exposed to some of this bacteria, does it actually even have? Can it affect us really in terms of hurt us in terms of make us sick? I mean, could some of these bacteria be good?
Well, in general, the bacteria
Not the fecal bacteria, but I'm talking about some of the other ones that you've not named.
You know what? We have good bacteria like within our intestines and within our own systems. When we're out in the world, we may be being exposed to new ones that our immune system doesn't know how to handle. So I don't want to say every time you're exposed to bacteria you'll get sick, because that's not true. But there is the ick factor. And then sometimes you can be picking up like cold and flu, or bacteria, like if you're putting your purse on the counter. You just don't want to go there sometimes. So stay safe.
Courtney Smith, thank you for going there so that we don't have to. Thank you this morning.